All right. Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Renee Cianciola. I'm the outreach manager here at Metro. And again, thank you so much for joining us. This is our information session to go over our Better Bus, our new network implementation for all of our bus network changes to all of the routes, the route names, and so forth. Again, we want to provide you a little bit more of a deeper dive into the new network, and again, how to help us share the message with all of our customers throughout the region. So thank you for joining us this morning. We have a few speakers today. I'm going to hand it over to my colleague Kelsey, who will get us through our agenda and just some housekeeping on using Teams and so forth. And our VP of planning, Allison, and we'll get all this information out to you. Thank you again for joining us. And Kelsey, take it away.
Thank you, Renee. Thank you so much. Hopefully everyone can hear me. I'm loud and clear. Yes, we're good. Perfect. Thank you for joining us for the Better Bus New Network information session. All of you folks, this information session will provide you with the knowledge and resources for you to support and inform your communities about the new bus network. Your support is critical in our combined regional efforts to ensure everyone who rides the buses are informed about all the changes, know when the changes take place, where and how to use the resources available to plan out their new bus travel. Now, this information session, just to go over the agenda just a little bit and kind of review some housekeeping. The agenda will start. We'll talk about the Better Bus Network redesign. We'll have an overview. We'll talk about the new route names and the signs that are up, the resources online and in print, the Better Bus Partner Program. We'll have a short, brief Q&A, depending on how long that goes. We'll talk about the 2025 engagements. We'll have another Q&A. Then we'll have some talking points and some FAQs. There'll be some queue information and all your essentials that you'll need. And then there'll be a final Q&A. Now, just to keep some housekeeping going for the information session right now, if you're experiencing any issues with Teams, just leave the meeting and rejoin. Sometimes that helps, just a simple leave and come back. All the participant cameras and microphones will be muted and turned off except during the Q&A. If you do have some questions, just kindly hold all of the comments for the Q&A sessions. Now, you can use the raise your hand feature. We'll enable your microphone, but you'll need to unmute yourself. So you'll be able to do that once we get to that session. We'll address each and every question and comment in order that they are received. You may also use the Q&A feature to type your question at any point throughout the meeting, so don't feel reserved. You can just start typing away. If something catches you at that moment, just start typing into the chat. And we'll go to the next screen here.
Perfect.
Thank
you, Kelsey. All right. I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, Allison Davis, in our VP of Planning.
All right. Hello. Thanks for joining us Friday morning, and also happy Friday. So if you want to go to the next slide, Renee, I think we're really trying to have three key messages to people, right? Like letting people know bus routes are changing. Yes, even yours, because people are like, oh no, it's changing over here. No, like literally every bus route is changing. At a minimum, it's getting a new name. We have a ton of information that's available to help customers, to help you work with your constituents to figure out what's changing. And like, I think the key thing that we really want to highlight is that you don't need to look at that whole, you don't need to digest the entire map, right? Like there are people who love to nerd out about a good map. I'm one of them, and probably in the right job for that. But think about this as trip by trip. So is there, the new network launches June 29th and we're 44 days away. So on June 29th, it's a Sunday. Are there trips that you take on a Sunday that you want to try out? And so you can use our trip planner to figure that out. Is your first kind of typical trip on a weekday and you're going to work? Like whatever that is, just try it out at a trip level, because I think that's where it'll become a little more manageable. Next slide. I think the big thing that as you go out and hear from people and talk to your constituents, talk to your communities, you're gonna hear people like, I never heard about this. Where did this come from? And we want to highlight that this is the culmination of a over 2 year planning process, right? So we started back in 2022. We had 3 rounds of engagement. We had over 225 events talking to elected officials, community members, customers. We've got over 21,000 comments, which the team read them all. And, if I look back at the comments we got last year on the draft network that we put out, we got about 13,000 comments that round. And we changed based on those comments, changed 50% of our routes based on a lot of those comments. So one of the things you'll probably hear a lot of is like, oh, but I gave a comment and my comment wasn't included. And yes, that is because oftentimes there are competing comments. But again, just kind of letting you know that that there was a lot of work, a lot of data, and a lot of public outreach that went into the network that we're launching in 44 days. Next slide. We've got a good video that kind of gives the highlights of that.
When the DC region comes together, great things can happen. In 2022, Metro launched the Better Bus Network Redesign Project, the first comprehensive redesign of Metro bus service in its 50-year history. We wanted to create a fast, frequent, equitable, and reliable bus network that is easier
Thanks, Renee. So next slide. So we just wanted to spend a little bit of time introducing everyone to the new route names and signs that you're starting to see. We're over 50% done with putting out new bus flags. We've got about 7,700 to do. So you may see them, you may not, but they are coming, and we are on schedule to get it done by the first half of June. So there's a lot of information on this slide. Couple of things. If you start on the left with the new sign, right? So the new sign has the blue at the top has what the route is today. So this is a sign that would be out on Georgia Avenue, right? It's got the 70. That service runs through June 28th, ends on June 28th, and the new service, the D40, is starting June 29th. So a couple things. The first character is always a letter. That letter pertains to the jurisdiction that the route operates in. So in this case, M routes are all in Montgomery County, P routes are all in Prince George's County. Prince George's County Transit also partnered with us on this, and they are renaming their routes as well. So all routes in Prince George's County will start with a P. F routes are in Fairfax and the cities of Falls Church and Fairfax. And then the A routes are in Arlington and Alexandria. In the district, because there are a lot of routes, we've got one letter was not sufficient. So we've got two, coincidentally, D for downtown and C for crosstown. So routes that are going downtown are going to start with a D, and those that are either north-south, kind of on the eastern side of the region, those will be a C, or crosstown, east-west, right? So you can think of crosstown in multiple different ways. So that's that first character. Second character will be the main corridor or neighborhood that the route operates in. So in this case, the 40 that we're showing on the left, that kind of indicates Georgia Avenue. And then the third character will be the route, kind of giving another piece of information about the route. It'll either be a number, or if it's an X, it shows that it's express. So again, on Georgia Avenue, there's a D440 and a D4X, kind of showing that there are that there is that express service on Georgia Avenue. And then also on the signs, we've made the font bigger, which is a benefit for anyone with eyesight challenges. And then we're also adding the destination, so it helps people understand which side of the street they're supposed to be standing on to wait for the bus. Next slide. And I just went through this, but this is kind of how we've got on our website, kind of how to read that sign. We've also got at the bottom the call center number, which is 202 GO Metro. And then there's also information on this QR code, and all of this information in this PowerPoint will be sent out at the end of this meeting. Next slide. So other key changes that are coming, right? Obviously route changes, and we can answer questions about that. And that's really what Trip Planner can help do. Frequency changes. So we're adding another 12 routes to our frequent service network. So that's all day, all week, 12 minutes or better, or 20 minutes or better. And then we did take this opportunity to stop to consolidate bus stops. That said, those were mainly focused on our frequent service networks. For anyone who rides, when you're on some of these routes, you're sitting there like, didn't we just stop at the last block? And a lot of times the answer is yes. And so we're trying to really consolidate or eliminate some of those stops that are really too close together. And it's about a 660-foot gap. We wanted to make sure that those are kind of the lower ridership stops, as well as places where accessibility from a sidewalk, crosswalk are not as good. So we wanted to make sure that we're keeping the ones that are high ridership and where walking or rolling to the stop is still safe. Next slide. All right, turning it back over to Renee.
All right, thank you, Allison. And we want to just go over all of the resources that we have available to you online and in print. And so our online is wmata.com/betterbus. This is going to be your main resource link for all of your tools. So we just wanted to provide you at least the preview of what that all looks like. So again, we have the tools there, so you can enter in, or your constituent or colleague or friend or family, they can enter their current routes. And then they can click on the tool and it'll show you what the new route would be. And then you can click even further down and it will show you the map, the frequencies, and so forth. We have a lot of resources, again, online. This is all the information, also in a lot of our languages that are spoken throughout the region. And then we also have especially a communications toolkit for you. And this will be all of your content that you can help share, the messaging, graphics, and so forth. So again, this is just an overview of what the webpage looks like. And then also again, going into more detail, you have the trip planner. So again, everything is all on this one web page for you. And again, it's making sure you're telling people go online, use the trip planner, or help someone use the trip planner. We have quick links within this trip planner that tell you, because we want to make sure you're using the correct date, and it needs to be, right, June 29th or after. Anything prior to that, it's going to show the current system. So again, take that one trip at a time, start on a Sunday, right? And if you're going out, type in, where you're to and from, and it will show you that new bus route. We also have again, the network tool that is also there. And again, that shows you type in your current route, and then that will show you what your new route or routes will be. And then you can click further and see the route profiles. And that will also have the map of the whole route as well as the frequencies. We also have neighborhood profile maps. These are it's a grouping of nearby neighborhoods together, so you can see a bigger picture of all the buses within that neighborhood. And then it also details the summary of all the changes. So you rode this route, here's the new route. And again, it's a really good document that really goes into detail with all of those changes. And again, just using Trip Planner. Again, it's just making sure that people pick the correct date. Again, anything June 29th or after. And then again, the to and from. And it will have your, make sure you have whether you're doing just bus or both, meaning bus and rail together. And that the date is, again, June 29th. And then this will show you the new route. And then additional online resources that we have full network maps. So then these are DC, Maryland, and Virginia. So the full map of the whole new bus system in each of the jurisdictions, as well as we have a fact sheet. This is just a really good tool to have as well. And this just gives facts about the new network, again, a little bit of background, and then everything going forward. We do have that in English and Spanish. We do have an FAQ, frequently asked questions. So again, people can learn more. A lot of people have had a lot of questions, so we've made sure to put those on there, have the answers for you. So really good tool as well. And then just know, coming soon, you will be able to view and print the timetables. So you'll be able to look up the route, and people can download that. Right. And then just to dive a little further, especially as you are helping to communicate out the message to your constituents, to your friends, your colleagues, your families, we have, again, that communications toolkit. So we have newsletter copy for you, we have social media copy, and talking points. So this will help you to, formulate your message that you want to put in, if it's a print newsletter, if it's an e-newsletter, if you can help push this message out via your social media channels. And again, we have a lot of good talking points as well. And then again, helping us on social media, make sure you do follow us on all of our and help amplify our posts that we're currently doing. Again, that communications toolkit is live. It will download, you can download it. It's a folder with all the information in there for you. And then we also have what's called Mythbusters campaign that started a few Sundays ago. And this is just kind of going over, right? Like, a lot of people are saying, oh, well, the Better Bus Network, there's significant fare increases. It's like, well, no, actually, the fact is no, there are no fare increases as part of this. Metrobus will remain $2.25 to ride. And then we also, again, have our reduced fare programs. So. And then we do have some good print resources for you as well. They're available online. And just know we're happy to provide you with these printed materials and can get them delivered to you. We have our Take One. And again, these are in many of our languages, again, that are spoken throughout the region. Everything from Spanish, Amharic, to Vietnamese, Filipino. So we have a lot of languages available for you. For anyone in Prince George's County, Prince George's is also, as part of our redesign, we integrated together, and they're also redesigning their bus network as well. So we do have a specific Take One for those of you in Prince George's County. And we also have route handouts, and these are probably going to be really important for you to get as well. And again, this will give you the route map, the frequency, and additional information on there for everyone. All right, and I'm going to turn it over to my colleague Kelsey, who is going to go over what our actual Better Bus program, Better Bus Partner Program is.
Thanks again, Renee. All great information. So we're super excited about this new program for our many Metro partners called the Better Bus Partner Program. Since our extensive multilingual digital print distribution efforts, advertising, over 200 in-person events, briefings still can't reach everyone, we need your help to spread the word about the June 29th launch. We're currently recruiting the nonprofits, organizations, businesses, government affiliated locations like the community centers, the libraries, the senior centers, as well as elected officials to please partner with us to help distribute print materials in their facilities and in their communities. We're providing everything though. So we're including the print material, the flyers, as Renee mentioned, the route handouts, promotional yard signs, bus pole posters, and window clings, along with acrylic brochure holders to set you up for success and keep that printed material tidy. We're providing the communication toolkit, as Renee mentioned, and other promotional materials to identify and celebrate your Better Bus partner participation and to make it as easy as possible for you. Now, for those partners who have bus stops nearby, we also will provide you with route maps for the specific bus routes that service those nearby buses and in your community. We'll also post promo material at the bus stop to identify it is a proud participating Better Bus partner location. Now, it's ideal if your facility is open to the public, but if not, we're making those private facilities work as partners as well because they help spread the word through their employees and their staff who also need to know, right? But in thanks, we also have some special limited edition Better Bus partner swag. We'll bring you a goodie bag with a branded clear tote, a coffee mug, some stickers, some microfibers, magnets, and all kinds of great Metro stuff. We'll be promoting our proud Better Bus partners on social media. The Metro leadership will also be stopping by some of our partner locations to offer thanks as well. So, if you're interested, please visit wamana.com/betterbuspartner for more information, or actually you can simply email betterbus@wamana.com and we'll get you all set up. Thank you. Thank you again, Renee.
Thank you, Kelsey. All right, I know we went through a lot of information. What resource or Better Bus partner questions do you have at this time? And again, please feel free to raise your hand and we will unmute you. All right, Stephanie, give me just a moment here. All right, you can go ahead and unmute yourself. You are able to let us know what question you have.
Hi, good morning. My Q&A is disabled, so I'm not able to type anything in the Q&A. But I was wondering if this will be, because I don't really use the WMATA to figure out how the WMATA website and the trip planner to figure out where to, like, how to get to places. So I usually use Google Maps. Will these changes be like reflected in Google Maps on the 29th?
That's a great question, and we do have that in our FAQ. Allison, if you'd like to answer that question.
Yeah, no, it's a definitely valid question. So right now we typically, like regularly, we provide the data to Google Maps, Apple Maps, Transit app, all of our third-party providers, and then they kind of ingest it and use it through their process. So we have been in contact with them. They know this is coming. And frankly, we make changes every year at the end of June, right? Rail service changes, bus service changes. So long story short, yes, we are providing it to them by the end of June. That said, they often can't have the current network and the future network. Like, for example, we have a C11 right now. We will also have a C11 in the future. They are not the same route. They are not in the same location. So point being, they will have it in time for the 29th. How quickly they are able to bring it in and work it through their internal processes, you may not see it on some of the apps until maybe the 30th or the 1st. So there could be a gap. So that's why we're trying to make sure that everyone knows that Trip Planner, while it might not be the place you go today, like it is a place you can go now, to kind of bridge that gap until it's really available in a place that you're more comfortable with, which will be after the launch. Does that help, Estefany?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Great question. Anyone else? Any questions at this time on any of our resources or the Better Bus Partner Program?
And just to help those, for those who are not as familiar with the trip planner that's currently on our website, in the next day or so, there will be a video up that will kind of walk you through how to use it in case you're not familiar and feeling a little uncomfortable with how to use it.
Thank you. All right. Well, we will continue on. So I'm going to talk about what we are doing as through engagement, through in-person outreach to the public. And so just know just a little bit of our timeline. So we did launch our digital communications back in February this year. So a lot of social media already, press releases. We've had e-newsletters, which is the Better Bus Dispatch. So for those of you that received the Metro Update email, we had links in there to the Better Bus Dispatch to sign up for that. You'll get updates via that newsletter as well. And we'll make sure that we do have everything linked for you in this presentation as well. So again, all of that also is found online at our wmata.com/betterbus. March, we also started installing all of the new bus stop signs. So again, they are not all up yet. Again, we have over, I know, thousands and thousands of bus stops. So, but I think we are at about just over 50% completed. So again, we went over what those signs look like. We have the old route at the top, and then as of June 28th, and then starting June 29th, what the new route names would be. In May, again, more communications. We've increased engagement. Again, more government officials, our community partners, our jurisdictional partners, transit partners, our metro committees and councils, our ANCs, our civic associations, and so forth. And then also upcoming next month, June and July, we have our large scale communications and outreach. We will have multilingual ads across the region, so digital, radio. We're going to have bus wraps. We're going to do a lot more in-person engagement, especially onboard buses, at bus stops, at community events. We've currently attended quite a few community fairs and festivals and farmers markets and so forth already. And then we are still continuing in August and September. And we have been communicating with a lot of the school systems and school districts throughout the region as well, and attending a lot of the back to school events, making sure all the students and faculty and so forth know as well, and helping plan their trips to and from school. And again, just the many different ways that we are spreading the word in person. Again, we're informing and assisting customers, right, about the new network, the key changes, showing customers, right, how to plan their trip via the trip planner, using the other resources and answering questions. So again, our pop-ups, we began those back in April. Again, those are the farmers markets, the festivals, we're at laundromats, shopping areas, and so forth. We're going to be starting on June 9th, our bus stop chats. We're focusing on high change routes at bus loops and bus stops. And again, bus stops within routes as well that have high ridership. Ride-alongs, so where you're going to see teams out there riding routes that have high change to engage customers while they're riding as well. And again, we're going to have a lot of on-street staff through all of our street teams, a lot of the other metro staff, our bus staff, everyone will be available to help inform and assist everyone. All right. Does anyone have any engagement questions?
So we do have one question in the Q&A.
Oh, sure. We'll take the Q&A first. Go ahead.
So you may have mentioned this already, but when will print copies of the schedule/timetables be available? And I can actually help answer that one. So the schedules, we have frequency tables in the route profiles, which are available online now. And the timetables are available online. We are moving away from printed timetables because starting in June, you'll be able to print at home your own printer-friendly version of the timetable. But that information is available now on our timetables website, as long as you put in a date after June 29th.
Thank you. All right, Stephanie, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hi, yes. So how can people find out about these different things that you are doing, like the ride-alongs and stuff? Like, where do they find information for what is happening to, like, out in the community, like meetings and this ride-along, so they can sign up if they are interested?
The ride-alongs are actually going to be street teams going out, and they're going to interact with customers while they're actually riding. So that's where customers will interact with those street teams. I'll go ahead, Allison, if you have.
Oh no, go for it. And then I have some thoughts as well. So go for it.
Sure. I know not like everything is like public, like specifically when we're riding this route or whatnot, just due to sometimes things can change a little bit. We may need to, adjust a date and move one, ride along to another day. But the like community events, the fairs and festivals and so forth, we are looking to possibly have a schedule so everybody knows kind of where we're at.
Renee, I can actually jump in here. So we will, in the next few days, probably by midweek next week, hopefully, if not sooner, we will have the pop-up events and the community events on the website. That calendar will be available. As Renee said, the ride-alongs and bus stop chats, those are going to not be public just because those change and those are often roving. We can't tell you exactly which bus they'll be on for the bus stop chat. So those won't be available, but the pop-up and main events will be on a calendar on the Better Bus website in the next few days.
And just to follow, customers won't have to sign up to find us. Like, we will post it and then you can just show up, right? This is very much of getting as much information into as many customers as we can. So we don't want to limit it by having to RSVP and kind of go through, that level, just posting it and we can circulate that once it's online, send it to you. But again, like to Jamie and Renee's point, like if it's pouring rain, like there are things that kind of change, on the fly, I guess. So our website is always going to be the best place to check back to see if we're definitely going.
Exactly. And just, it's just for peace of mind as well. We have about like 260 total just of those bus stop chats and ride-alongs combined, plus all of the community events that we're doing. We also partnered, especially I know like with the Stephanie and other community partners that interact a lot with riders in high change areas. We are going out to senior centers as well, and working a lot with our communities to make sure that we are pushing that message out as much as possible to all of our communities as we can. So, but yes, to the effect, nobody has to sign up for anything. And then that's also where you, as a community partner, to become a Better Bus partner, to also help push that message so people know they can come, they see the Better Bus partner, your window cling, the yard sign, that they can come into your location and get some information. So, yeah, great question though. Any other engagement questions? All right, we will continue on. All right, so we have a good amount of talking points and your FAQs for you as well. All right, so again, right, what is Better Bus? It's Metro's major initiative to rethink, redesign, and revitalize our bus service across the region. And it's everything from our new electric buses, faster service with the bus lanes, and better signaling. And at the heart of it, right, it's a brand new network, again, launching June 29th. And what is the actual network redesign? So again, this is the first time Metro did a complete overhaul on the whole bus network since 1973. The redesign, again, it makes routes more useful, more frequent, easier to understand, and aligned with how people travel today. And again, we're going to be pushing on this date, right? Because that's the main date is Sunday, June 29th. So every single Metrobus route will change. And then again, what is changing on June 29th, right? All the route names will be new. So, right, based on location, that'll be like A, right, for Arlington, Alexandria, C for your crosstown, and so forth. Schedules, stops. Again, some stops, right, are consolidated, and it's only about 5% of our stops. And this helps to make trips faster and more reliable. Again, these were on a lot of the routes where it was low ridership at those stops, or the stops were really, really close together, right, causing the bus to stop. Yeah, almost every block or so. And so again, that was really looked through over many, many years to put that together. And again, reducing some of those stops will help the bus service to go more, again, faster and more reliable. All right, so how can we prepare riders? So again, the main thing is plan your travel, plan your trip one day at a time, one trip at a time. Use the trip planner, start with Sunday, June 29th, right? See your new route and the routing. Once comfortable with that, then move to the next day, right? If people are going out on Monday, then look at your trips on what Monday will be, and so forth. Again, so it's not so overwhelming. One trip, one day at a time. We have maps and route by route guides, right, available through the region, all of our resources online and in print. Also to make sure customers are looking at the bus flag, right, at the bus stop sign. And again, we started putting those up back in February and March, and they can see what that changes as well at their specific stop. All right, why are we doing this? Again, we haven't fully redesigned our bus system in 50 years. A lot has changed from 1973 to today, right? And again, the goal is to make the trips faster, simpler, more frequent, and easier to plan. And again, riders will benefit from fewer transfers, shorter waits, and clearer route names. And some people may ask, will my route still exist? Some routes will stay the same or similar, but have new names. Others may have different hours, maybe different stops or different frequencies. And again, our full details are all available on the resources. And then what about other bus service, right? Who else is changing buses or changing some of theirs? Again, Prince George's County, the bus, they're launching their own redesigned network on June 30th. Their bus service will start then. Montgomery County Ride-On, they're running their own changes under Ride-On Reimagined Plan for those of you in Montgomery County. So there's going to be several ride-on routes that are changing to metro routes, and some of the metro routes changing to ride-on routes. So again, using that trip planner to find what those changes are. Other transit partners like ArtBus, the Q, Dash, Fairfax Connector are not part of this redesign. A lot of them have their own bus service changes at their agencies and in their timeframes. So, okay. Are fares changing? No. Metrobus fares are $2.25 or a reduced fare through our reduced fare programs. And what about students? A lot of people have asked, well, what about students, right? Again, we prioritize maintaining and improving connections to schools for student riders. We incorporated the feedback into the new network. And again, we are doing a lot of outreach with our school districts as well. And again, so we are engaging schools. We've already been engaging them. And we will, we're doing a lot of, again, community engagement and then very specific student engagement throughout this time frame, and really big come the back to school events as well. And right, where can customers share feedback, right? Let's say someone may not like the change or they really love the change. And so again, the final network was approved back in November, but we are open to feedback. So customers can call our customer service, again, 202-GO-METRO, or they can fill out a customer comment form online, and that's WMATA.custhelp.com. So you absolutely can tell people they can provide feedback. We do want that. So again, they can call our customer service or go online and fill out our customer comment form. All right, and if you're a BetterBus partner, where can you learn more? Again, WMATA.com/BetterBus for your maps and your updates. Use the trip planner, and then you can also email betterbus@WMATA.com with your questions. So we have a team that will respond to your email. And again, I know we went through this before, just to reiterate, right? When will third-party apps and maps be updated? Again, we do provide that information to developers. That'll be about in June. And again, some third parties, their apps or so forth, their platforms may not be able to handle 2 networks at one time. So again, we do not own those. That is our third-party developers. They, they will receive the information and update when they are when they're able to, and with the with their platform connections there. All right, and just some key information. So this is all your essentials. So, right, try out the new trip planner. 1 trip, 1 day at a time. Review our resources, right? WMATA.com/BetterBus. Download the communications toolkit. So that has all your graphics, the content for you, and review the BetterBus Partner Program. We would love for all of you to become a BetterBus partner, and again, help share this message out, because it will take everyone to reach all of all of our customers, and your customers as well, your constituents, your families, your colleagues, your friends. All right, and so make sure to register. So again, wamata.com/BetterBusPartner. And then again, you can also subscribe to the Better Bus Dispatch e-newsletter. And then please make sure to share the information. Share the new network with your colleagues, your constituents, your communities, your families, your friends. Share the information through your social media. Follow us on social media and help amplify our posts and receive and display the materials. All right, and again, with any questions you have or you need print materials, again, email the BetterBus team at betterbus@wamata.com. Again, anyone through an organization, business, and so forth, you absolutely can request print materials and we will make sure to get those to you. All right, so we will open it back up to questions. What other questions do you have?
There is one in the chat that the print copies of the schedules and timetables. So Jamie, I know you
Yeah.
talked to that before. Do you want to just?
Yeah, we already answered that, but we can go over it again. So again, the question before had been, when will print copies of the schedules and timetables be available? And the timetables are available online right now. Starting in early June, you'll be able to have a printer-friendly version. So that will be coming out in early June. So that's going to be the best way to get your timetables. The frequencies are included in the route profiles, which are available online now. And if you're a Better Bus partner, one of the things we'll do is we'll bring you route handouts, little trifolds for the bus routes in your area, and those also have the frequency table on them.
But just to follow up, the one thing is, those the trifolds that kind of open up, and we are moving away from those because what we're creating online, to the point that Jamie had, is it will then print out for the stop that you care about, right? So if you look at the timetables now, it kind of has take a long line. It has a couple, like 5, 6, 7 key stops along the way. And if that's not one of your stops, you're kind of sitting there like, well, maybe the bus comes between like 10:10 and like 10:27. Like, you kind of have to do that that work yourself. And so by having the timetables online that you can print from home, you can print from a library, what have you, that kind of, it is bespoke for you, and it gets you the information that you need for the stop that you will use.
And that is available online now, the information, but the printed version will be coming in early June. You can go to our timetables right now. And that's all available from our Better Bus website.
Hey, thank you. Any other questions? Either type it in our Q&A, raise your hand. We're happy to answer what we can for you. All right.